today. Hello. Happy hump day. It's another Wednesday. Thank you so very much for joining me on AskZena Radio. It is Wednesday, October 16th. Ooh, oh my gosh. This month is halfway over already. Oh my goodness. And you know, I will be coming up to a year of doing this podcast. Woohoo! I can't believe it. I can't believe it. So if you're just tuning in this morning, thank you so very much for checking me out on the Good News radio station. This is Coach AskZena. Ask me anything. That's the name of the radio show, AskZena. So I am your host, and we have a fun show today. So I want to share some things with you. They're pretty fun. And we're going to maybe throw some shade and some stuff. But anyway, it's all in fun. It's hump day, right? And what are you doing this weekend? What are you doing? So can I just talk about the drive? I know you guys get tired of me here talking about the drive, but Waze sent me off the 110 freeway, off Gage, took me to Western, had me turn on some other street, then to get to Van Ness, then to get to 48th Street, then to get to Hauser, only to double back. I was like, oh my gosh, this is just crazy. But you know what I realized? It was so amazing because I hadn't been down Crenshaw in a long time. Oh, I haven't been down Western in a very long time. And I was just blown away at the size of the trees on Western. I used to go to church on Western. And so to see the size of those trees was amazing. And there's some new development and stuff like that. So I rant about my drive, and kind of drove me crazy today. There was a big rock in the car, in the, what was that, exposition? Yeah. And I didn't see it. So hopefully no damage to my car. Y'all probably say, this woman drives bad. I do drive bad. I admit, I am not the best driver. I'm a defensive, aggressive driver. Yes, that would be me. Sorry. Hey, if you're just tuning in, thank you so very much for listening to the AskZena radio show on the Good News radio station. Happy Wednesday. You know, Halloween is coming up, and I'm seeing people decorate, and there's all kinds of things. I think they've got the Taste of Soul this weekend, and they've got a lot of other things going on. I know some of you guys have been emailing me about looking at your resumes. Let me just be really clear. I don't have a problem with reviewing your resumes, but I do not write resumes. I don't. So reviewing your resume, I'll do that. I'll do that for free. But when you start to ask for, you know, more sort of coaching and stuff like that, look, everyone's time is worth money. And so I have like 4 different jobs. So just know that you will get results. And I always guarantee what it is that I do. Yes. Hey. Whew. So today I wanted to talk about feelings versus facts. And it's kind of a strange podcast today, but so many things were coming up to me in terms of different coaching and in my contract job and stuff. And I was noticing that a lot of people are operating from feelings, not facts. And then I started to investigate that a little bit more and started to look at, like, how often do we make decisions based upon feelings, or do we make decisions based upon facts? So I'm just going to go through some things here and share some stuff with you. You know, if you want to call in, you can do so at 323-900-0478, and you can, you know, talk to me about it. But I'm going to make it a short show. It's going to be about a 30-minute show. Got a busy day, but wanted to just sort of jump out and talk about some things. So we're going to talk about politics. We're going to talk about love, money, work, breakups, relationships. And I just want to give you some food for thought as to, are you operating from your feelings? Are you operating from your facts, right? From the facts that are out there. So I'm going to jump out and I'm going to talk about breakups or relationships, right? And I'm just going to stay on the women for a little while. Then I'm going to jump to you men. But oftentimes we operate from our feelings. We want you to call. We want to be with you. We want to do things with you. And our feelings will get us into some trouble. So feelings and facts, they're good and bad, right? But we just have to know, when is the best time to use them. And so sometimes in a relationship, women are operating from their feelings. We want men to call us or the guy to call us, and forgetting the fact that he might have some things to do. And even if every moment of his day is not occupied with something, maybe he's watching football with the fellas, the fact is that he can call when he wants to call. So I'm going to be using feelings and facts. Those are our key words today. But we as women, we operate from our feelings. It's like I watched OC Housewives last night, and this one woman was like, yeah, he's supposed to check in with me. He should check in with me. We talk to each other every day. And one woman said, well, when's the last time he checked in? About 5 hours ago. But then he had the nerve to tell me I was needy. Hello, needy and greedy. Like, it's not necessary for someone to check in with you every 2 hours, every 3 hours. That is insecure. That is operating from your feelings. That's not operating from a place of facts, like this person has some things to do. And if they don't have any things to do, then they're entitled to their own private time. I know people often will say, well, let me call you on Saturday or let me call you on Sunday. Saturday and Sunday, to be totally honest, I shut down one of those days with no social media and no phone calls because I need that me time because I just have so much going on. So we're going to get back to the relationships because I think that women operate from feelings and sometimes not facts. And guys, you guys operate from feelings sometimes and not facts as well. So I'm going to jump out and talk about you as well. But so recently I had to do some coaching with someone at work, and this person has been given a couple of opportunities to correct their actions. And so when they had a chance to talk to me, they were saying that, there's a cultural difference. People don't understand me. They don't understand where I come from. They don't know anything about me. But so the history is that this person is messed up and might have blamed it on other people, or other people, got the blame for this person's error. And so now people just really don't want to talk to this person. They don't want to interact with them. And so in my coaching, I was trying to listen to, is this person operating from feelings or facts? Because one thing that you have to know about me in human resources, like, I will give you an opportunity and I'll give you another opportunity, but 3 strikes, you're out. So this was going to be like this person's 4th strike, and they're a contractor. Well, not to be, a hard ass here, but I just feel like if you don't come into a work environment bringing your best foot forward, or you don't let someone know that you're having difficulty, then shame on you. So if I've coached you 3 different times, shame on you that you're not getting it. And then shame on you that when I call you on it again, you're going to blame someone else about it. So that's kind of what happened. So anyway, so this person was saying, well, they don't understand me culturally, and no one really talks to me, and it's too noisy here. So I just put on my headphones, and when I'm done with the work, I just walk away. And, so the situation was, because this person walks away, they assume that the work is done, but the work is not done. And so people are trying to find them and so forth. So what I realized is that this person was operating from solely their feelings, and they weren't realizing how they were interjecting their attitude and whatever they were going through in their personal life into their profession. So an example of that might be, maybe this person is having challenges at home, and someone might say, hey, this video doesn't look correctly. Can you re-edit it? And they'll say, well, it looks good to me. So that's a little bit, that's a conflict right there. That's a starting of a conflict. And then so the person might say, hey, but I'm really asking you to do it this way. And then they look at it, the employee looks at it, and they say, well, it looks perfectly fine. You could do whatever you want with that. That's a conflict. And so then in the workplace, if no one wants to interact with that person because they're just not open-minded or they're receptive to see things because they're operating from their feelings. So now, fast forward, this person needs help, and now no one wants to help this person. And so this person feels isolated and feels like they don't understand me, they don't know me. Well, the facts are that you were given an opportunity, you were coached, and someone asked you to do something in a different direction. You resisted because you felt that you knew what was right, and now you need help, okay? You have to do this dance with me. Now you need help, and you're in your feelings about people don't understand you. It's a cultural thing. It's a minority thing. It's this, and this. So I really wanted to talk to you about like really operating from a place of understanding, because in this, I always have a nugget, right? So the nugget is you always have a choice. You always have a choice, but sometimes it's really hard to discern, are we operating in our feelings or are we operating from facts? And I'm going to challenge you because, feelings are great, wonderful. Feelings will take you, motivate you, inspire you, give you passion, give you drive, that sort of stuff. The facts are going to be the foundation. Those are going to be the tools. Those are going to be the steps that you take. Those are going to be the actions that you put forth. That's going to be the planning. So that's going to be a little bit more tangible. The feelings are like our heart-centered, anger, disappointment, love, joy, happiness, right? And I know that this is kind of a weird podcast, but I really want you to get this, because if you can start to master feelings or facts, you will be able to jump leaps and bounds in the activities and the intentions and the motivations and the goals that you have for your life. So, fun fact. I'm going to talk about Mr. Orange, right? So you can go ahead and put explicit on this podcast. So Mr. Orange, this is a perfect example of people operating in feelings or facts. Facts. We know he's done some dirty work. We know that he hasn't released his taxes. We know that he, promotes his family businesses. And it was even, he promoted his wife's business on the White House webpage. Okay, right? So those are facts. But those are those true believers of DT, Mr. Orange, that they'll be like, those are fake facts. Those are fake facts. Those are fake facts. You know why you think that those are fake facts? You think those are fake facts because you don't want anyone else to be right. You know that he's not right, but you don't want anyone else to be right. So I'm going to give you an example of that. Locker room talk, right? When he talked about grabbing, the woman's private parts. And people had the nerve, men who have children had the nerve to justify, oh, that's just locker room talk. Let someone say that about my granddaughter in a locker room. And I'm telling you, I am going all off like you just don't know. I'm a little chihuahua biting at your ankles. So here's the thing. So the facts were, he said it. The feelings were, well, it was just locker room talk. It's justifiable. It's just what men do. I get it, what men do. A dog pisses in a corner in your house. Does that make it the right thing? No, sorry. I had to go there. DT just brings this stuff out of me. But, seriously, if your child does something wrong, does that make it okay? What's the thing that your parents always say? Don't be a follower. If someone else did it, does that mean you have to do it? Right? So he's a perfect example when I talk about feelings or facts, because I don't care what it is. There are those diehard, I don't want to say fans or believers. We're going to say fanatics. And I'm going to tell you why I believe that they're fanatics. And this is just my opinion. Ask Zena. You can comment. You can say whatever you want. I don't care. It's my opinion. So I think that people at the core of who they are, because I really believe that everyone at the core of who they are, that has some goodness in them. Even him. Yes, even him. But I believe that at the core of individuals, when they heard that, they were shocked. When they heard some of the things that he has done, they were shocked. But because their feelings about other people may be wrong or discriminating or judgmental, they would rather lean into him with all of his badness than give creed and credibility to all of the other things or all the other populations of people, or empathy or sympathy to all of the other people to go against him. Now, you have to understand this. So we know that he has done things wrong. We know that he has said this about women, about grabbing a woman's private parts. But yet, there are so many people who will defend him, not defend him because he's right or he's wrong or they truly, truly believe in him. They defend him because their feelings about the other people is indifferent. So they're not going to change their mind about the facts. You see what I'm saying? So that's a perfect example. I mean, he's a perfect example of what's going on about feelings or facts. And the fact that one morning he'll tweet about this and then the next morning he'll be like, well, that's really not what was said. I mean, they took that out of context and, this and that. Feelings are facts. And I think that when he double backs, it's only because his PR people tell him to, say something different. But anyway, enough about him because I don't give him any sort of energy. But I just wanted to show that is a great example of feelings are facts. I think that I thought the poll said over 57% of the people right now are like, impeach the guy. He's not worth it. They believe that he has corrupt so many different things and still is leveraging the White House for his benefit. But yet, because their feelings for other people, other populations, other cultures is so strong and indifferent, they will not look at the true facts. So they will say that's false facts, right? So that's what I wanted to share about that. But look at feelings and facts. Let's talk about money. Money. So feelings are facts, right? Everybody wants more money. Fact is, how are you going to earn that money? How is the money going to be manifested in your life? That's a fact. The feeling is, I want more money. What do I want to do with the money? I want to spend the money. What am I going to do? Well, how am I going to spend the money? Am I going to be, give it to charity? What am I going to do? I know that I'm rambling, but I need you guys to get this, because when I got this the other day about feeling and facts, man, some clarity came into my life, and I will tell you what actually happened that opened up some huge doors. So money, everybody wants more money, but what the fact is, what are you going to do about it? So how often are you operating in your feelings about things, about money? I want, which is a feeling, versus I'm going to do this to get this so that I can have this. And those are facts, right? So, there are people who say, I want another job. Okay, I'll give you an example. There was a woman that she came to me and she had a promotion opportunity. And but because she had been with this company for so long, they could only offer her the same salary. It was a promotion. Clearly, it was a promotion. It was a step upward, but they couldn't offer her any more money because they just didn't have it within the budget. So she first came to me with her feelings like, I can't believe the company would do this to me. I can't believe that, I am African American and I'm moving into this male dominant, occupation, and I am not given an opportunity to make more money and so forth. So those were her feelings. The facts were, after we had a conversation, is she is a minority. She is going into a male-dominant engineering world occupation, and she will be highly marketable if she stays in that discipline, that position for a little while longer, maybe a year or 2 years, because when companies like ABC, CBS, NBC, when they need to fill their affirmative action, and yes, it still does exist, and she is a black female engineer with broadcasting experience, she is definitely going to be highly, highly regarded and competitively looked at with regards to hiring her. So the fact is, there aren't very many female African American women in broadcasting, and how she could leverage that to maybe make double what she's making right now in 2 years, that's the fact. The feelings were, how dare they not give me an increase in this and this and this. And at the bottom line, she did accept the position because she said, hey, I know that I'll be able to make moves because of what I'm doing, because of what I'm learning, and because of who I am. So why not leverage that? So feelings versus facts. The reason why I'm sharing this with you guys today is because I've had a lot of coaching clients lately that have talked to me about their jobs and about their home life and about different situations, and they're operating from feelings. When you put a different pair of glasses on and you start to look at the facts, your feelings start to dissipate because you realize that shit was all in your head. Not all of it. Not all of it, but some of it was made up. So let's talk about dating. You go out on a date and everything is great, and this person, the man tells you, I'm really into you, you're really into him, and then 3 days go by and he doesn't call. You're going to jump in your feelings. As a woman, you're going to jump way deep into your feelings. You're going to take the high dive and leap off and jump in. Well, what happened? Well, he said this and he said that. The facts are, he could be doing something. Maybe he doesn't have the time to have just a personal conversation with you. Maybe he doesn't want to text. Maybe he wants to hear your voice. But we jump into these feelings so quickly that our mind is swirling with all of this different stuff. And so I'm just trying to help you to understand how to discern. Are you in your feelings or in your facts? Because in my coaching practice, I've had women break up with people because they didn't have the facts and they were all in their feelings. And they probably missed out on a great opportunity to have other life experiences with someone. So, we really have to be careful with how we're doing that, especially at work. I think that feelings and facts really mess us up with work and with relationships. So if you look at like the housewives and you look at like 50, 60-year-old women who are arguing about what she said, what he said, what that is. Feelings. Use your feelings for manifestation. Use your feelings to draw in positive energy. Use your feelings to be joyful. Use your feelings to experience happiness. Use your feelings to change your feelings. Use your feelings to help someone else. Use your feelings to bring light to someone else. Use your feelings to grow you. But look at the facts. Don't get in your head. And I guess the other nugget here is really stay out of your head so much. Stay out of your head. So what happened to me recently, I think I kind of talked to you guys about a little breakup that I had and months ago, and that person was just sort of lingering on and wasn't really letting go. And so I really had to operate from my feelings because I had girlfriends that were like, oh my gosh, he's this and he accepts you 100% and, all these other things. And I was like, yeah, that is right. Like never ask me to change, and I have a bad mouth and a bad attitude sometimes, just goes with the flow, like really, but then on the other hand, there's these other things that are disappointing, that the constant disappointments, the indifferences with what is valued. So I finally had to really do some soul searching and look at that relationship and come from a place of feelings or facts. The facts were what they were, and the feelings were what they are. And I had to then take myself out of that past relationship and put the feelings and facts on me. And sure, I was feeling like I lost a part of me. I lost a valuable person that I was in a relationship with. But the facts were, it was draining. There were times it was really draining. And I'm not, I may come across as a confrontational person. I like to, to state a fact and then keep it pushing. I don't want to sit and harbor resentment or anything like that. And that was just so draining for me, just to sit in that negative space. And then someone constantly disappoint me and not hold true to their word. That was a value that I found that I didn't want to tolerate. So once I stopped the focus on that person and started looking at what my feelings and facts were, I realized that my fact was, you know what? Now don't take this the wrong way, but I'm better than what I was receiving. So some people will be like, oh, she thinks she's better. No, it's not. But you always have to think you're better, right? That you're not better than others, but that you are a good person. And so I thought, I'm better than what I'm receiving. And because I give more than I receive. And so I had to look at the facts. So when I got really clear with that, I cut that cord really, really easily. And all of the things that I thought would happen as a realization of me cutting that cord didn't even happen. I mean, that was stuff all in my mind. And as a result of that, now, I'm certainly not looking to jump into a relationship, but as a result of that, there have been some amazing people that have come out and have said, hey, how are you today? How are you today? All of those things that I wasn't getting in that relationship, friends, so it's not about, a hookup or anything like that, but friends, my assistant, they just popped up and said, you know what? That looks really great on you. Oh, you know what? You are really skilled. You know what? You are really beautiful. You know what? I appreciate you giving. Even down to the lady who cleans our offices. She was like, Zena, thank you so very much. You talk to me every day. And, and I thought, wow, I am doing some good stuff. And because I'm doing some good stuff, shouldn't I expect good stuff to come back to me? Absolutely right. So I know that I sort of rambled today, but here's the point that I want to make because it was really important because I'm a sharing person. Caring is sharing. I was going to say sharer because I create my own words. But I think that if you can discern, are you operating in your feelings or are you operating in facts? Then life would become so much more easier for you. Especially, I watched this interview with Michelle K. I think she was on the Breakfast Club or something like. Yeah, she was on the Breakfast Club, or K. Michelle. She was on the Breakfast Club. I'll get it together. And she was saying all men are dogs, and I don't trust no man, and they all do this and they all do that. She's operating from her feelings. She's not operating from her facts. I know it's very easy, y'all. Look, it's very easy for say all men are dogs. It's very easy. You're talking to a woman who's dated some creepers, and who did not have a very good childhood in regards to relationships with men that were parental figures or in her family. So it's very easy for us to just slide into that and say, you know what, all men are this, but they're not. They're not. And so we as women have to be really careful what we allow and what we settle for. So going back to Michelle and myself, when you see some red flags, some things that you just know that you don't want to deal with and you don't speak up about it, shame on you. Shame on you. Don't hold a man accountable for something that you haven't communicated to him. Don't hold anyone accountable for a standard that you haven't communicated to them, because you are certainly operating in your feelings and not operating from a place of facts. I once heard that a man said, Well, I didn't know you wanted me to treat you that way because you never said so. And the woman was shocked because she was really upset at how the man was treating her, and he was late all the time and different things, and he would, like have her pay for the bill and stuff. And at the end of the day, she got tired and frustrated about it, and so she said, you know what, I just can't date you anymore because I don't want to pay the bill. I want a man to treat me nice. I want him to bring me flowers. He was like, I didn't know that's what you wanted, because you open your own door. You open your own car door. You walk ahead of me. You walk in front of me. You don't walk with me. You don't grab my hand. When the bill comes to the table, you're the first to whip out your credit card. I didn't know you like flowers because one day you sneezed at some flowers that we walked by, so I assumed that you didn't like flowers. The point is, she was operating from her feelings, not the facts. The fact is, this man was more than willing to do all of these wonderful things for her, but she didn't open up her mouth. So, are you operating from feelings or from facts? And I just wanted you to ponder that, just to think about that, because life will change. Oh my gosh. Life will absolutely change, and it's about making these small little baby steps to change, to have the life that you really want. I'm all about living an abundant life, and I talk about that, and I wish I could show you pictures of what life looked like before, when I was all in my head and worrying and judgmental, and everybody was against me, and I wasn't this and I wasn't that, to versus me staying in my lane and just being content with who I am, speaking, using my voice, living from a place of freedom, living from a place of manifestation through my feelings, but also living from a place of out of my head and looking at the facts and not blaming people, not judging people, not throwing shade, except for DT. But anyway, life is abundant, and in abundance, you've heard me talk about it, doesn't have to mean that you're a millionaire or whatever. It just means that you are coming from a place and a space of untapped, unlimited joy. That is your life, that is your existence, and you know that you have value. Hey, thank you for letting me rant today. I really had to get that out, because I hear so many people operating from feelings and not looking at the facts, or you might have the reverse. You have those people who say, so science, right, facts, versus spirituality, feelings, our connectivity to God, to universe, to center, to space, to place, to one source, right? So you have those people that will debate that all day long. But I'm asking you, only thing I'm asking you today is to look at, where are you operating from? Where are you making decisions? Because even as a parent, I have seen parents that do not even notice that they have the most brattiest kids in the world, that their kids are disrespectful, disobedient, because they are not operating from facts. They don't want to cause drama. They don't want to cause confusion. They don't want the kid to, fall out and be spoiled and yell and scream and all of that. So they just keep giving. And in those cases, sometimes when we're operating from that place, that's excessive. So just today, just for the end of the day, look at what you're doing, and are you operating from a place of feelings, or are you operating from a place of facts? And look at your relationships, look at your children, look at your relationships with work, look at your relationships with other people, look at your friendships, and are you operating from a place of feelings or facts? Just be aware of that. That's all I'm asking. And that's why I wanted to share this with you. I mean, I know when I get in my car, I'm operating from feelings when I'm having road rage. And I'm like, I just want to move. I just want to turn. Go. That's me and my feelings. And so now that I'm aware of it, maybe today I'll just operate in the facts, that the facts are LA has terrible traffic. And I just need to take my time. Thank you so very much for tuning into the AskZena Radio Show. I appreciate you. Have I told you that? I appreciate you guys. whoever listens to me and lets me rant. I appreciate you. If you ever need me to help you with any life coaching, career coaching, or spiritual coaching, reach out to me at coach.askzena@gmail.com. Check me out on all the social media platforms under AskZena. Let's get connected so that we can make an impact, leave a positive footprint on this planet, and manifest the life of your desires. Thank you for tuning in to the Ask Zena Radio Show on the Good News Radio Station.